last time on Incredible Critics.
Of all the people on this podcast, I'm the one that likes superhero films the least.
Okay.
So, you know.
Also, that being said, you are the one of the podcasts that likes Brie Larson the most.
That's true, right? So you have these two competing things. Tim and I were saying before we started that I really hope there's a scene where she just like blows up a shed in the back of a yard, and the kid from Room is just like standing there in the wreckage, like Room. Where did you go? That would completely make my day.
That would sell it for you.
that would 100%. We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible, not because we're great, but because our credibility is seriously in question. I am Ben Franco. This week, we are talking all about Captain Marvel. Even though I haven't seen it, but that's beside the point. Joining me, as always, Frankie number 2 Fusco.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Frankie. And Tuna will be joining us, hopefully? Question
Maybe.
mark?
I mean, is it really hopeful?
I guess it depends on who you ask.
I'm being hopeful that he's not joining us and we get done before he signs on.
Your distaste for tuna, I think, is going to blossom into a wonderful
the moment we stop calling him tuna, maybe I'll be a step in the right direction. There's no way you can talk to Andrew or know Andrew or listen to a podcast where Andrew was on
like ours
and go, oh, you know who he reminds me of? Jim Halpert, one of the greatest characters of any TV show ever created. That Andrew guy, that's him. Same person. No, it is an insult to Jim.
So would you say that he is like...
You're saying there's a Pam somewhere out there for Andrew? No, there's not.
I believe there's
unless his mom's name is Pam. There's nobody. I don't
Listen,
know
if you found your Pam, anybody can find their Pam.
No, negative.
Negative that you found your Pam?
I don't know. So I know that Aaron is my Pam.
What if Tuna is just the doctor?
Aaron might be more of my like Rashonda Jones. Like.
What if Tuna is the Dr. Thunder version?
I can see that. See, I'd rather call him Dr. Thunder than Tuna.
You would rather call him Dr. Thunder. So I think you should refer to him from the rest of time as Dr. Thunder. And I want to know how quickly you regret that decision.
It's instantly. I already regret it, and I've never said it. So no, it's not gonna happen. He's not. Do you remember his origin story? We're talking about origin stories this week. His origin story of that nickname was that he used to play pranks. Oh, he didn't. No. What prank did he play? He like switched the salt and the sugar. That was his best prank. Tuna got us again. Salt in the sugar shaker.
I mean, he went to college on like Little House on the Prairie, so wherever that was before he got to the big city in Valley Forge. Big news this week, Frankie. Did you see Netflix announcement today, which is Monday? Did you happen to catch that big news, or did you happen to catch our Facebook page, facebook.com/incrediblecritics?
Are you talking about the baby?
The royal baby. Yes.
Who else is excited? You know what? Not even this guy.
No.
I even thought the movie was horrible. So, I mean, Rose McIver. Yeah, I like her. So, sure.
Can she make a not terrible movie?
No,
this
probably
time?
not. Probably not.
No, probably not. I
hope they get a new actor to play the dad.
A third actor to play the dad.
They got it.
Yeah.
I'll find that amazing if they go that way. I'd be super excited about that.
Even though I said it'll probably get a sequel, I still can't believe that it got a sequel.
I can't believe that we're going to be reviewing this for a third year in a row.
Because now we have to.
No, we're hooked.
We have. We did the first two. You have to do the third.
Oh yeah, and the fourth.
Oh gosh. Well, stay tuned in December for our review of the Christmas Prince 3.
The Royal Baby.
The Royal Baby. Well, let's get into it and talk about what we've been watching. So besides Captain Marvel, Frankie, you been watching anything interesting this week?
I have. Funny enough, I took a mental health day on Thursday, a scheduled mental health day. My wife did the same thing, and we kind of just took the day off and watched TV all day and did nothing.
That's smart. Do that as many times as possible before having a baby.
Definitely trying to get those in. But we, it was like we wanted to do a Thursday because a Friday just turns into a long weekend. If you do Thursday, you go back to work just for one day.
Yeah.
And there was like no chores, no anything, no leaving the house, order and take out, all that fun stuff. So did that, got to binge some TV shows. I binged 2 TV shows on Netflix. One is called The Order, and the other is called Northern Rescue with William Baldwin.
I've seen the trailer for Northern Rescue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what did you think about that?
That was rough. Rough.
It looked rough.
Definitely Canadian TV show. It's the first season. I can't see them making a second season, but I almost kind of want them to because they left it on such like a cliffhanger where you're like, "What? Are you kidding me? No, nothing's resolved. I'm not happy. What are you talking? Why? How you know you're not going to get a second season? Have you seen the script that you guys just read for 10 episodes? Like, there's no way you're getting a second season. And William Baldwin is in your show. There's no shot.
You knew you weren't getting a second season.
Why didn't you just end it? Make it, do a season where it's just at the end of it, it's cool. And if you get a second season, figure it out. I mean, you do the writing stuff like, hey guys, guess what? I don't know how it happened, but second season, come back in. We need a whole new story. That's a problem you solve later. Not, you know what we can do? Leave the story unended. And
what genre was it? Because it looked like it was trying to go for like dramedy, but not really dramatic and not really funny.
There's a very adorable penguin in the TV show that just doesn't fit anywhere. And you're always asking questions like, who's feeding the penguin? Where did this penguin come from? Like, who's taking care of it when no one's home? Why is he by himself? It's somewhere between like, I don't know, like Seventh Heaven and Party of Five. Let's go back to some more 90s flashbacks.
You had 20 years of television to choose from, and you went with Seventh Heaven and Party of Five.
Watch the show. That's kind of where it is. It's like, because Seventh Heaven was wasn't enough drama, I'd say.
Okay.
And Party of Five, was a little bit too romantic, and it kind of has that teenage thing of both of them. I don't know. That's where I am. The Order, on the other hand, I really loved. I can see nobody else liking it. It's about werewolves and witches or magicians.
Oh, okay.
No vampires. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen the sci-fi TV show Magicians.
Yeah, I watched like 20 minutes of the first episode.
Cool. It is exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
With different people.
Nope.
I don't know why, but I kind of fell in love with that TV show, even though it's really bad.
It's terrible.
This one's not much better. But it entertained me, and I binged the whole thing, and it was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. If you like the TV show Magicians, you'll like The Order on Netflix. And you know what it didn't do? It didn't end. It ended with an ending. And the ending, you can go anywhere you want with it. It could easily make a second season, but it could also be like, wow, that's the end. Cool story.
Well, yeah, they didn't sign.
Yeah, they weren't like,
Billy Baldwin.
Yeah, well, William Baldwin now.
Oh, excuse me.
I love that he's like 60 something now, and his IMDb page still has his like 30-year-old version on him. He's the Baldwin that found God, right? He's the like Christian Baldwin.
I think so. Yeah.
I forget how many there are. They're from my hometown, strangely enough.
I think we've dedicated too much of this episode to talking about the Baldwins. We haven't even mentioned like the Baldwins that are household names.
So, what have you been watching? Anything Baldwin related?
Nothing Baldwin related.
Ah,
No.
well, what a waste of a week.
But what I watched was all right. Because I watched the first season of True Detective.
Ah,
It's a solid vid angel.
VidAngel, not our sponsor.
Not a sponsor. No. Yeah, I can't remember if I talked about it last week on the show or not, but
I don't think you did.
it must have been after the show ended because I was talking to I know I was talking to him about it. I totally see why people loved that show.
First season was amazing.
It is us, yeah. So I know I'm like 3 years behind. Calm down, everyone. But it was so like the way that they produced it with like the 3 different times, of everything going on, the interviews. You're wondering what happened to the characters to get them to this point, all that stuff.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah,
it was a really good show. The first season.
It's very good.
It's an even not better not VidAngel.
Well, no. So here's the thing that I said to the guys about it. So I watched it on VidAngel, and like
no, good call. Good call. For
one of the things that I take out is like nudity and sex scenes and all that, and like I've watched whole episodes of that show, and the way that it's edited with VidAngel, I'm like, I don't even know where there would have been.
I was like, there's got to be like a good. I can think of at least 10 minutes in every episode that you just didn't see.
Probably, but like I don't even know where those 10 minutes would have fit in. Like I have no clue. But
are you saying it was like a seamless transition?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking you'd be a little more chopped up. I've never seen, because they're not a sponsor and I don't have a VidAngel. I've never seen something through VidAngel, so I'm still quite not sure how it does things. But yeah, in my mind, I would think that you'd miss chunks because there's just like some parts where I'm like, wow, I think everyone's naked.
I mean, like some scenes, sure, I know that happened, but then other times I like get to the end and I like look back, I was like, oh, I wonder what it filtered, and I was like, there's like 10 things. I'm like, I have no idea where those 10 things would have been. Like unless it just like the middle of the scene, all of a sudden they're like, oh, inappropriate, and then I don't know.
Here's some advice for you.
Yeah.
Skip season 2.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, just don't even.
That's the plan.
I love the cast of season 2.
Was Vince Vaughn in season 2?
Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams, and the dude from Friday Night Lights, who I'm a huge fan of.
The coach?
No, Tim Riggins.
Oh.
But they great actors, all 3 of them, and it is just horribly written.
Yeah, but season 3, people have like said like rave reviews for season 3 and Mahershala Ali. So I will.
Yeah, I've heard that too. So I'm kind of curious. I'm going to let you be the guinea pig.
Yeah, I'll probably end up watching the 3rd season and then maybe circle back to season 2 and see how bad it is. Taylor Kitsch, by the way, is the name you're looking for.
There we go. Thank you. And speaking of people who are disappointing, Andrew,
Dr. Thunder himself.
Dr. Thunder himself.
Speaking of Dr. Thunder, Joe messaged me earlier this week and he's like, maybe we could just switch you guys to Mr. Pibb.
Oh, that's worse than Dr. Thunder. That's way worse. It's way worse. You'll have to listen to the beginning of the show to find out why that's even funnier than you think it is. But let's go ahead and jump right into our review of Captain Marvel. And I have the audio in the wrong program.
Way to go, bro. Way to go. Rookie season right here.
I always forget that.
It's all good. It's all good. You didn't even see the movie, so,
I did.
At least Andrew saw it. Tim cannot be here with us. He saw it. So we talked a little bit on a group.
Are you see it?
No, I didn't.
The one who was probably most excited for it?
No, Ben was definitely.
I was not the most excited for it.
Our native, Marvel fanboy was Ben, our superhero fan.
I am going to tell you, I had one gripe with Brie Larson and with your girl Brie.
My girl Brie.
I want to tell you about it, and it's gonna. You ever heard the expression, shatter your window? Where like someone tells you something you never realized before, and now every time you see it, that's all you think about.
Okay.
I'll tell you something's going to shatter your window.
All right. Well, let me play the trailer. Nope. Still nothing.
Cool.
Still nothing. All of my other audio is working.
Glad
Why?
to see I'm not the only disappointment this week.
Yeah, I know. It's very true, Andrew.
And I made Frankie laugh again.
Or Dr. Thunder, because I was laughing if I was deciding whether or not to call you Dr. Thunder. Still against it.
All right. Well, let me see. I don't get why this.
Ben will edit this part out.
Yeah. Like just midway through the episode, it cuts out. Let me try this. If I.
Ben's kind of looking like a rugged boy band member right now. There's a bright blue eyes zoomed in on his camera.
I want it Ben's way.
Oh, don't say that.
Never say that ever again, please.
Never say that. And can we please clip that? Make a note.
Oh, absolutely.
Clip that. Add it to my Ben. Drops.
Why? Like literally, the audio is working at the beginning of the show, and now it's not. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Add it in post.
Yeah, but then that's more work.
That's true.
What's that a box of underneath your table?
That's the box for my power supply.
Oh, okay. I just see ups over here. I'm like, is that a box of pull-ups? But I'm baby on the brain. Is that a picture of?
Don't worry, I would let you guys know if something that big happened.
I don't know what I'd want to know. Is that what's in the painting in the background?
Painting?
Is that oranges? On the table.
Oh no, my sister, I forget where she got it, but it was somebody doing like street art or whatever with spray paint or something, and was
Go upstairs and ask her.
random people. So yeah,
Oh, she moved out?
yeah. I was just about to say she doesn't live here anymore.
Good for her.
Why? Just gonna let me back in.
Oh, whoa. Watch your hands.
Don't abuse the mic. The mic didn't do anything. It's an ID 10T error.
Mic drop. What was Tim doing today?
I don't know. He had like family in town or something.
Oh.
I dropped out of the. Come on, man. Okay. I dropped out of it, so now I'm trying to get back into it. If I go here.
Leave this all in.
Dead air.
What is going on, Incredible?
Okay, so that works. Now I'll open up Chrome and it'll break it again. Oh gosh.
God.
Okay, so I'm turning that down and then I'm going to play the trailer before it breaks on me again, okay?
Okay.
War is a universal language. I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above.
That is from the trailer to
Space
Captain
Invasion.
Marvel, starring my girl, Brie Larson. I haven't seen it, but, well, everybody else has. So, there's at least that. Starring Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson. The IMDb synopsis is Carol Danvers becomes one of the universe's most powerful heroes when Earth is caught in the middle of a galactic war between two alien races. Tim couldn't be with us this week, but he still wanted to get his thoughts in. So he sent in a pre-recording. It was live when he recorded it, but now it's now we're listening to it for the first time. So we'll see how interesting it is. I don't know. Might be boring. Maybe. I don't know.
What is going on, Incredible fans? It's Tim Lasers Gruber coming at you with some thoughts on Captain Marvel. I thought I'd share some thoughts, even though I couldn't be on the podcast tonight. Thought I'd share a few things before the guys get to their discussion. Overall, I really liked this movie a lot. I liked it. It was fun. It was not the best Marvel movie, and it was not the worst Marvel movie. I think it's somewhere in the middle, probably in the low bottom half of the MCU films. Definitely better than pretty much everything DC has done. I think I enjoyed Aquaman and Wonder Woman a little bit better than this, but it's way better than all the rest of the DC stuff. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I was definitely blown away by the effects. I thought the effects were great. The de-aging of Sam Jackson, the de-aging of Clark Gregg as Philip J. Coulson in 1995. I thought they did a phenomenal job. The Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury de-aging is like unbelievable. It's the entire movie. They did an entire movie and it was really good. So I enjoyed that. I think there was some plot issues, maybe some editing issues that made the first half of the movie feel really slow. So that was not fun. And I think there was a little bit lacking in Brie Larson's character motivation. And I don't know if that's stuff that they cut out for time or what happened there, just the writing. I didn't really get this sense of hype or thrill when she, kind of started powering up later in the movie. Stuff you've seen in the trailers, I didn't feel like that was built up emotionally. Like I didn't get that. Didn't feel like there was that credibility to overcoming some of her obstacles. She just kind of all of a sudden overcame certain obstacles, and it was like, oh wow, I don't know why, what reason you did. So there was some of that stuff. Other stuff that I liked, though. Honestly, I think Brie Larson did do a great job, though. She really felt like Carol Danvers right out of the comic book. I really enjoyed Nick Fury being in the whole movie. I think that was pretty much the whole movie. I think he did awesome. Finally, I really want to get a Nick Fury spy movie. If I'm being honest, that would be so sick. And I think they did a lot here setting up for Avengers. I think overall, this movie was just straight up a setup for Avengers Endgame. And much like Captain America, the First Avenger, was a setup for Avengers. Just kind of, it wasn't the very best movie, but it was introducing his character, giving him great backstory. This movie facilitated the same thing. It introduced her character. It gave her some backstory. It set up exactly how powerful she is, and it'll be interesting to see where they take that in Avengers Endgame in just a little over a month from now. So that's going to be really interesting, really exciting to see. Also, her interaction with everybody. And I got to tell you, Incredible fans, I would say this is a good one to see in theater. I would recommend it, even with some of the issues. I would recommend it, and I would recommend staying through the credits. You got to see that mid-credit scene. You got to see the end credit scene. It's worth it. Anyways, Tim Lasers Gruber signing off. Pew pew.
So those were Tim's thoughts. Frankie, what did you think of Captain Marvel?
You know, it's funny, Tim. I agreed with a lot of what Tim said, but I think he kind of contradicted himself at times because he was like, "Oh, it was better than all the DC movies. Oh, but I liked Aquaman and Wonder Woman better." And he was like, "Oh, it was a really, really good." And then he's like, "But it was bottom middle of the pack, for Marvel movies."
Well, yeah, if all of them are good, then
Right.
it's still good, even though
I guess if all of them are good, I don't think that all of them are good. Listen, first reaction, I judge the Marvel movies based on a couple of things. One, if I would go see it again, and two, if I think that I would tell someone else to go see it. I think both of those things with this movie. I had a good time watching it. I would go see it again in theaters. I would also see it again when it comes out on DVD, and I would take my wife to go see it because I think she would really like it.
Are you running that DVD player to a tube TV?
What?
Are you running that DVD player to like a 32-inch tube television?
Did I say DVD?
Yeah, you said DVD.
Oh, I was so confused. It was weird that I even said DVD, so that's why I was thrown off. Listen, it had its issues. It was definitely a clunky movie. I think it was pretty much right in the middle of the pack of the Marvel movies, though. A little corny, definitely really corny at times. Definitely a little poorly shot. Like some of the action sequences
really?
are just kind of all over the place, and you can't really follow what's going on in the fight scenes, which I didn't really enjoy. I'm trying to think of the stuff I'm trying to save for spoiler free. I had a buddy of mine who we got into a pretty heated debate about the movie because he hated it. He said it was the worst Marvel movie ever. Maybe when I brought up Thor 2, he was like, "Okay, it's better than Thor 2." And that was
I was gonna say Thor 2 set the bar pretty low.
Yeah, and he was like, "All right, it's better than Thor 2, but that's it. It's the only one that's not better." And I was like, "No, like I hated Doctor Strange. Like I thought it was right in the middle of the pack." One of the things he said, and I didn't notice until he said it, and I definitely agree with him, is that, let me see if I can read it right here. There's a lot of inconsistencies through the whole movie as far as like alien tech, what she's doing, why she's doing things, and it gets really annoying. And also, he mentioned it, but they beat you over the head with the 90s references. He's like, Stranger Things does a really good job of taking place in the 80s, but not killing you with 80s references. Like, it takes place in the 80s without them having to say it every 10 minutes. And in all honesty, if you played a drinking game you had to take a drink every time someone said there was a 90s reference, every time there was a 90s reference, you would be drunk before the movie was a quarter of the way over. It's really bad and kind of annoying. So I don't know. So I didn't think about that until after someone else said it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a cool point. It's a good point. It is all over the place." But Brie does a great job. I mean, your girl brings it home.
She's phenomenal.
She makes the character lovable. I have been reading the comic books. It is definitely a different story than the comic books, but it meshes together really well. And I think she does a really good job of bringing that character to life. She has the same personality as the girl in the comic books, especially the 2012 version. So, I say go see it. I don't think you need to go see it in the theaters. I disagree with Tim on that. I think you can easily wait for it to come on DVD or Blu-ray or VHS into streaming, whatever you want to watch it on.
The main thing is, if you plan on seeing Endgame, you probably need to go see this in theaters.
No,
I
don't think you do. No, and listen, it does set up really well for Endgame. You might be in Endgame and be like, "Oh, why is this girl here?" But because I'm not sure if they'll re-explain, because it ends like where Endgame is. But I think you'll be fine without it.
All right.
You might not understand her powers, but to be honest with you, I don't know if I understand her powers. So, it is what it is. You can definitely not see it in the theaters and wait to see it when it comes out on DVD.
Tuna, what did you think?
I agree with Frankie on most of his points. I personally probably wouldn't really care to see it again myself. I don't know. I might watch it one more time just to get another reassessment of it, because sometimes seeing things again just at home in a different environment, I can get a better feel for things. The thing that that disappointed me the most about the movie is it felt to me like we didn't get to experience or see Captain Marvel's character enough for a movie that's about her and that should be establishing her and her personality and what she values and her motivations. So
Interesting.
I agree with Tim on that aspect of it. You do get like peeks at her personality through it. She's kind of sassy. She's a leader. She's bold. And but she's also compassionate. And there's a part of her past that starts to come through as it's exposed throughout the movie. And without really spoiling anything, she's kind of not like letting herself show for a good part of the movie because I really won't say why, so as not to spoil anything. But you barely get any of like the real breakthrough part of her character until like the last 15 minutes of the movie. So that part was kind of disappointing because I really want to like her character, but I don't feel like I know her character yet. Again, my personal opinion, my personal assessment of other people like Frankie. Obviously, he seemed to really like it, and it might be because he has some more comic background knowledge to her that I don't have. But it also felt a little bit like the movie didn't know what it wanted to be as far as is it an origin story, is it a prequel, or is it a sequel? And it tends to fall more in the origin story, but it doesn't feel like it ever fully commits to any of those and feels like it tries to be a little bit of each of those things. So that's just my thoughts on that.
I don't say this too often, but that's pretty spot on. I don't think it's definitely an origin story that doesn't commit to being a full origin story.
Yeah.
Dr. Thunder bringing in his assessment well this week.
I am going to tell you one thing, man, and I'm going to, like I said, shatter the window for you.
Yeah.
Brie Larson
runs
funny.
Oh, does she?
Really funny. It's really weird to watch her run.
Whoa, you're right.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
it's not good. It's not.
Is it Tom Cruise running?
I was just
weird?
about to say it's not like Tom Cruise per se, but
yeah, it's just like you watch and you're like you've never run anywhere. This was new for you for this movie. This is the first time you did that. No track.
Well, she ran in what was that movie? I won't remember it because it's like literally the cover is her chasing a kid. But I can't. Yeah. Oh, that's the foster care movie, whatever. Something 21. I don't know. Connor's going to kill me for not remembering the movie. Well, let's go ahead and talk some spoilers, guys. I'll leave you to it because I'm going to mute my microphone because I still want to, or my headphones because I still want to hear it. All right. Take it away.
All right. I guess we'll do this symbol when we're done. So the de-aging, I agree with Tim, was super awesome in the show.
Yeah, for real.
I really was waiting for some kind of hiccup or something to go wrong, and he was in majority of the movie, and he looks great.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for you, Frankie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know enough about the comics. So the reveal, this is again spoiler, that the Skrulls aren't really the like antagonists per se, that they're just kind of caught up in this political thing. Is that a thing in the comics? Because my impression was that they were always kind of more villainous.
It's so as far as I've gotten in the comics, no, it's not really the same thing. It's kind of took their own turn with that. I haven't really gotten too deep into Skrulls though in the comics. And in my comics, she's been back in time, and it's a weird thing going on, but it's not anything like that. The story with her and the captain that she got, the whole Captain Marvel thing is different. Like that girl the woman who she loves,
Marvel.
The woman who she like really looks up to and like who, goes in the ship with her, that she's a real human being in the comic book. She's not, and she gets her powers from Captain Marvel.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, really cool. I mean, I think the only spoiler thing that we really need to talk about, which is pretty awesome, is how amazing was the Flarkin, the cat.
Oh yeah, that was a great addition to the movie. And
I was so curious if it was going to be like that in the movie or not. And
but is that a comic?
Great job. Yeah, the Flarkin is a comic thing. Yeah.
That's great.
It's amazing. And they did so basically, if you're listening to this and haven't seen the movie, the cat takes the Tesseract he basically is like an alien species that octopus arms come out of his mouth and he eats things and people. He eats the Tesseract and keeps it safe until the mid-credit scene where he vomits it back out. But I mean, yeah, they just did a great job. The effects were really good in this whole entire movie. The Jude Law, I think, did a great job as the bad guy.
Yeah.
You really believed him. And he's a great actor. But I didn't see the turn coming. I'm not sure if you did. Like, I was actually thrown off, I will say, in the writing. That
I personally, I kind of had an idea.
Good guys, and did a little flippy floppy.
When he was at that moment when he was contacting Ronan and like telling Ronan, don't attack Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That was at that interaction where I felt like, oh, this is a red herring. This is to make it seem like he's not, I don't know. I had some kind of feeling about that point in the movie. Might have just been a lucky guess, but
my buddy Joe, who pretty much hated the movie, the other things he said that were a little spoilerish was inconsistent alien tech. He's like, you can call to a spaceship from a payphone, but you can't figure out how to bypass putting a quarter in.
Yeah, I made that joke too to my buddy.
And then he's like, couldn't see what was happening in the action sequences, and then also, where is she keeping the suit the whole entire time? She it doesn't make any sense. Like, she changes out of the suit, but there's no bag, and all of a sudden she has a suit again later. And also, it did drive me a little bit of nuts. And I know it's little details, but like, she puts the mask, like in the suit, she puts the helmet on and everything like that. Like, it zooms in when she goes into space so she can breathe because she's still human. And yet there's times where all of a sudden she's in space and her mask isn't on. And then she turns it on. Like, there's a few different times like that. And you're kind of like, oh, that's weird.
I didn't think about that.
Just put your mask on.
Yeah.
Little inconsistencies like that were kind of annoying. And I don't know if it was editing mishaps or what, but, I
felt.
Go ahead. Oh. I was going to say, but seeing how powerful she was and how she destroyed all those alien ships at the end, and pretty much like Ronan and everybody came back with like 6 alien ships, and she just blows one of them up to pieces and pretty much scares them away. You think, I mean, she has to be stronger than Thanos, right?
She certainly seems like she's way over the top, more powerful than any of the others, and I'm wondering how Marvel's going to handle that. And I also don't really care much for super overpowered characters. I've never really cared for Superman.
She's kind of like the Superman of the Marvel universe,
right? And that was something else that was kind of frustrating. And I knew about it going into this movie because they've stated that she's going to be canonically the most powerful one, and she's like that in the comics. That was another reason why I really want to like her, but I might have gone in with a bias thinking I wouldn't, because it's really hard to make an overpowered character compelling.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of vulnerability she has. I think she'll get beat up a little bit in the end game, but
I think we'll see. Just one last little comment. Yeah. I think the Skrulls were underutilized. Like, you have these characters that can shapeshift, and they're just, for the most part, used for little surprises throughout the whole movie. They could have had some pretty cool twists in there or other big developments. But
yeah, I mean, overall, my buddy Joe said he thought it was poorly written. That was one of his biggest things about it. He thought the script was really weak. I didn't think so. I thought it was on par for, I think most Marvel scripts are really weak.
Yeah, same.
It is, it is what it is. I wasn't that surprised by it, but we'll see what happens, and we'll see what everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear you, Ben. Not sure if you're trying to talk, but
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Your lips were moving. Nothing was coming out.
Well, let us know what you think of Captain Marvel. Frankie, where can people connect with us?
You can find us on Twitter at 3CriticsPod. Go onto the Facebook page, hit the like button, get all of our updates, and interact with our community at facebook.com/IncredibleCritics. Don't forget to go on to iTunes, hit subscribe, leave a rating. That helps us get out to more and more people. And then there is an Instagram. I think it's Incredible Critics Instagram. Not sure. It's not that great. A lot of pictures of Andrew, Dr. Thunder.
Andrew, Dr. Thunder Moore will be with us again next week on Incredible Critics.
I'm pretty sure there's only one picture of me on that.
You should add more.
I'm good.
See if we lose followers.
You guys want to see this awesome haircut that I got?
Yeah, it looks great.
So I think that she thought that I do like that swoop to the side thing
Mhm.
that guys do. No judgment, but I don't do that.
Mhm.
So currently my hair sits like this.
Your hair? Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
What is
check
going
that
on
out.
there? Where'd you go? Super clip? Super cut?
Sports clips, yeah.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Gotta go to the
I
hair
mean, check that out. That's awful.
That is pretty bad.
If you're not watching the video, you're missing out.
That is.
Fortunately, how I wear my hair, it's not that noticeable.
Yeah, because your hair actually strangely looks like mine right now.
Gosh, I'm gonna shave it.
Mine comes down in the middle. It's still pretty straight. All right. Well, hey guys.
No.
Until next week.